Hello folks, it's Phil. Let me turn this off. Got the airplane going. Got the airplanes going in there too, but anyway. So this is a video about Social Security and what happens if you do not report accurately the amount of money you're making on a job and you're getting Social Security retirement. Turns out that they penalize you for that. That they actually come back and they want you to pay back your benefits. I got this letter on, I think it was Monday. I don't know if you can see the amount there, but it's $2,759 from last year. And it says October 23rd as the due date. But if you read the letter, which I read every page of this letter, which was 9 pages long, it says after 30 days they start taking money out of the money that they give you. I forget what the percentage was. Until you pay. So, I'm very blessed that we've been very responsible and we make our payments on our credit cards, and I have the space on my cards to absorb this kind of hit. Now this letter came with a section in it where I could put my credit card number on, and I could put my personal information on it, send it through the mail, and have a clerk at the Social Security office process it and make the payment, and I would never know until the payment hit if it ever registered. I just wasn't going to have that. I went online, and there's pay.gov, which is a sort of a comprehensive pay thing for a lot of stuff in the government when it concerns the government, but you have to have a certain number. They have to generate a certain number, and they didn't generate that number for my account. So, yesterday, I was very blessed because I got my job done early. I got there late. I lost my keys. It was a weird day. I lost my keys, which I found when I got home, but I lost my keys, so I had to get another set of keys. I drove to work. I was a little bit late. I got to the job, and we got the customer happy. We got the table fixed. We got the monitor arms fixed, and we got it all written down, got it all processed, got the truck unloaded. And I asked my boss, I said, hey, would it be possible for me to take some paid time off and go take care of some things? And I didn't know if I was going to go to Social Security, or I had one other thing I wanted to do. But anyway, I wound up, I wanted to find the keys. But I wound up coming home, and I came in here, and I got the paperwork, and I went down to the Social Security office in Fredericksburg. We're lucky. We have one close. A lot of you folks have a Social Security office that's 150 miles away or 200 miles away. Ours is about 7.2 miles by Google Maps. And that was wonderful. And we got down there, got in there, and it took about 50 minutes to get to the counter. And then I went to one window, and then the lady saw what I wanted to have done, and she talked to the person who's the payment processor. They only had like one person in here that does that one particular thing. She sent me to that other window, and we did the process, made the charge on the card, and they got their $2,759 back, and I got a genuine paper receipt in my hand that the transaction happened. So I feel good about that. I don't feel good about this. I don't feel good about getting charged like this. And in the grand scheme of things, it's my fault. You know, you can be angry at the Social Security office all you want, but it's up to you to tell them what you make so they can tailor the payments so they don't overpay you and you don't have to pay it back, which I did not do last year. I'm going to make less money this year, I think. Less gross. I've already taken steps as far as, I know I'll make a crap load less gross as far as taking any money out of bank accounts to pay credit cards. And when you do that, when you take money out of a an IRA and you pay taxes, even though you pay taxes, it increases your gross at the end of the year. And I went into a tax bracket that just destroyed me. But anyway, this happened. And my friend warned me about this. A guy named John. He said that the Social Security office he dealt with was very particular about we're paying you only X, Y, Z. We're only paying you, say, for example, we're paying you $25,000 a year. And if you get a job and you make $26,000, that $1,000 we're going to deduct what we pay you, $1,000 off of what we pay you. There's a formula for it. Then it pisses me off. It really does piss me off. I don't think they should be allowed to do this. I think if we can send $1 trillion to a foreign country so they can just piss it away, we can damn sure make sure that when they start paying you a retirement, if you get a job, a legal job, you shouldn't get your retirement cut back. And guess what? Here's my logic behind this. If I get another job, and it's a legal job, a legal job, where I get what? Social Security deducted from my paycheck. I'm paying into the system. There's no reason to cut my wages. I'm paying into the system. I'm already paying into the system. And my benefits will not increase because I'm paying into the system. I get paid from the time it starts. And the reason I started was because my wife was getting really bad. And I knew, I said, man, I got to come home. We've got to see what we can do. And then, man, it just fell apart. But I had already got the Social Security money lined up so that I could stay at home, watch out for her, take her to her doctor's things. She had her retirement. We had a little bit of money coming in. We had money saved. And we were going to be okay. And none of that worked out. And but the bottom line I'm telling you is this happens. And you need to be ready for it. Now, I'm very blessed because I'm still working. Because I have the income coming in to absorb this kind of hit and make the payments on these credit cards. And I'm going to be as good as I was for the last 2 years going to Charlestown and wasting money. I'm going to be that good for the next 5 years paying off my credit cards. I'm going to become such a demented fuck when it comes to saving money, but I'm not going to make my car suffer, or I'm not going to steal money from people. I'm just going to be really good at managing my money. I can become demented about this. I didn't want to, but I kind of got myself in this situation, so I'm going to have to do that. But it still pisses me off because that's my 11-hour Tibetan healing sounds music. Cleans the aura in space. I play that all the time. Anyway, my friend John is terrified because he retired. He believed that Medicare and Medicaid was going to help him. He believed that Social Security would be enough for him to live on. And what he's found out is that with the added on pays with Medicare and Medicaid that he has to pay, and the way Social Security is structured, he's going to run out of money. But he's terrified of going back to work because he's terrified of he's going to go back to work and lose money. And it's a form of slavery is what I believe it to be. If you tell somebody they're going to retire and you say, look, you're going to get this much money. If they start working another job, they're paying you in money. They're paying you in money. They're being productive. They're doing something good for America. Why are you going to go back and take their retirement away? You know? I mean, we got people who are millionaires and billionaires that this kind of crap, you know, probably doesn't happen to. But, you know, the poor bloke that worked as a laborer for 15 years and worked a lot of jobs before that, but just never took care of his finances. Now he's going to pay a price. He's going to pay a price if he improves his lot in life. But For me, the whole thing with this is I've got to get better at reporting my wages to Social Security office so they can make the deductions from the money that they pay me beforehand, so we don't get into this situation again. So I will investigate that, and we'll set up some way for them to know what I'm getting paid, so during the year they can deduct what they're paying me, so at the end of the year I won't be paying, next year I won't be paying another $3,000 back to them. But I just wanted to tell you this was happening. With that $2,800 and with the $3,000 that I paid for state taxes last year, and for the $3,000 I paid to the IRS last year, to federal taxes, I'm almost I'm damn close to, I'm at $9,000. It actually, it's around $10,000 I had to pay back for the fun I had last year. And working. But you know what? This is what I tell you about the good Lord. The good Lord provides. We're going to get our shit wrapped up tight. And we're going to stop this foolishness about dreaming that we're going to make money at a casino. We're going to get our financial house in order. We're going to pay our bills off. And I'm going to get ready for next year's hit. Now, I'm going to do what I got to do to tell them what's going on with my paycheck, so I don't have to go through this again. But I'm just telling you this happens. I feel bad for my friend because he retired. He has a little stipend of money left from a 401k that he had. And he just had a host of bad things happen to him. And it's not going well for him. But for me, because I've always, I looked at retirement when I was a young man, and I said, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is retirement? Oh, you gotta retire at 67, you gotta retire at 65. And do what? What am I gonna do? The same, I'm gonna have to find something to do that doesn't pay me any money at the house? No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna work until the day I fucking die. I'm gonna be 125 years old working somewhere. Yes, 125 years old. I may look like a walking, talking raisin. I may look like somebody who hasn't eaten in 30 years. And I may be moving slow, but I'll be working, you know. So anyway, I just thought I'd tell you about the Social Security situation. My friend told me about it, and I was all balls, you know. I was like, yeah, fuck that shit. Blah, 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 blah. There came the letter, baby. And I was like, you know what? After going up to the fucking casino here about a week ago, a week before, and losing fucking $1,800 fucking dollars. You know, I was like going, man, this is a hell of a swing we got going on here. This is like $5,000 in a freaking week. And the lottery ain't paying, baby. I mean, I'm betting it. I mean, at $4 is not going to get me back my money. So, anyway, I'm still going to be fine. We're going to be fine. We're going to get our act together. And we're going to pay our bills. And I'm actually looking at, you know, this loan I got on my house. There were several refinances, that second mortgages that paid off things, and we kept adding debt to the house. Well, now, the way the house is set up, I probably won't pay it off until I'm like 85. But we're going to change that. We're going to start paying down the principal, and we're going to get this sucker paid off. We're going to get shit wrapped up tight. I don't play this shit, man. This pissed me off. I get pissed off, I do things, productive things, to make my life better. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to make our life better. We're going to stop living in the fantasy land of lotteries and casinos, and we're going to get our nose to the grindstone. I may have to get another job on top of the job I already got. So I'll probably wind up getting $200 a month from Social Security by the time this is all over. I don't care, man. I'm not going to let them own me. They're not going to own me. You don't own me. Okay? I own me. And God owns me. And God's going to hook me up. God's going to hook me up with a body that works and a brain that works and a job where I can use my hands and no bitterness. I have no bitterness at anybody at the Social Security office. They don't make these rules. We know who makes the rules like this. We know who does that. The same people who go into the Social Security fund and they pull all the cash out so they can pay off their pet projects to the people who give them kickbacks. Gee, who am I talking about? But that's another video for another day that I will never have on this channel. I'm not going to do that shit. I'm not going to, we got enough people dividing us. I'm not going to be divided. I went to that Social Security office. My wife was a 33-year federal employee and did her best job she could do every day. And the guard and the two ladies I saw were wonderful. The lady who took my payment was pretty amazing. She was a lot of fun because she had to plug in the reader and she had to get it to recognize. She had to turn on a bunch of stuff on her computer to make it work because they can't. It's not like a 7-Eleven. They can't just keep the shit up and running because they've got personal information in their database that they can't risk. So and every time they do an entry point, it's a risk, and they don't want to do that. So she turned it on. I did my payment. We're good to go. So anyway, yeehaw, crash and burn, baby. But I'm gonna rise like the phoenix, and I'm gonna make this right. I'm gonna make it right. So anyway, I just thought I'd tell you, have faith, always believe in God, and always know that something's coming. There's always something coming. You just got to have faith in God and faith in yourself and do the right thing. And never, ever, never put in your heart that bitterness. Don't hold that. That'll destroy you. That'll destroy all your happiness. So anyway, I got work to do. I gotta find out what my reporting procedures are here so I can change this from happening again next year. And I've got to get my ass to work and make some money and pay some bills. Anyway, I hope you all are doing great. I hope you're having a great Sunday. This feels like Sunday. It's Wednesday. Juneteenth. I hope you're having a great Juneteenth. God bless you. And have a wonderful Wednesday and a wonderful Thursday. God bless you. See you next video, folks. By the way, God's right next to you. If you need help, all you got to do is ask for God to help you. He's right there with you right now. And He'll help you no matter what you're going through. And you ain't got to ask no one for permission. You ain't got to go to a church and have someone tell you how to reach God. God's right there with you right now. All you got to do is ask. You say, man, look, I'm going through some stuff. And it's tough. And I need some help. Can you help me, God? And He'll put His hand on your shoulder. And somehow, God and you will get through it. Okay? Y'all have a wonderful day. God bless you. We'll see you in the next video. Peace.